Hi, my name is Tom Painter, and I am the founder of the Money Made Easy Academy and Foundation. We teach kids, teens, young adults, and adults about money in a very fun way. Now, Robert Kiyosaki and I have a lot of things in common. Number one, we both believe that financial education is the fastest, quickest way to change your financial situation. Number two is that both of us were gifted with a rich dad that taught us about money as we were growing up. And number three is that Robert Allen, the author of Nothing Down, Creating Wealth, and The Challenge, has been a big influence on our lives as we started our investing career. Now, I'm friends with Robert Allen, and he has graciously allowed me to give away this wonderful book called The Road to Wealth to all the people who watch this video. So by simply watching this video, you're going to be able to get a downloadable copy of this book. Now, my story is that when I was young, my dad taught me about money at a very young age. When I was about 14 years of age, I was helping him sand and repaint the rental house that was next door. And I said, "Dad, am I getting paid to do this?" And he said, "No, son, get back to work." And he could see that wasn't quite the answer I was looking for. And he says, "Son, I bought this property so that it would bring in revenue so that we'd have extra money to put you kids through college." Now, being 14 years of age, I didn't really care that much about college. And he could see that wasn't the answer I was looking for. And then he said, "Son, some people make so much money off their real estate, their investments, and their small businesses that they don't have a job. All they do is manage their investments in real estate." And that really stuck with me. Now, a little while after that, I got a chance to meet Robert Allen. And as luck would have it, he was speaking in an executive lecture series in the university where I was attending. I later went to his Nothing Down seminar, and I got a chance to meet him because, out of coincidence, where I was going to school is the same city that he lived in. I found the address of where his office was, and I went to his office asking for a job. I didn't want a job. I was looking to work with someone with my real estate. Now, as luck had it, he was doing a lot of traveling. I was single, and they needed somebody to go out on the road to assist and help him. And so I got a chance to travel around the country to help Robert Allen as he was doing his seminars. And what the beautiful part about that was I didn't do that for the job, but I did it so I could ask him questions. Now, Robert Allen's the famous author of Nothing Down and Creating Wealth. I met him right after he did the Nothing Down Challenge. They said to him, "Send me to any city in America, take away my wallet, give me $100 for living expenses, and in 72 hours I'll buy an excellent piece of real estate using none of my own money." This is the challenge that Robert Allen put out there, that the LA Times challenged him to prove that he could buy real estate with little or none of his own money. They sent him to San Francisco, and with an LA Times reporter by his side, he gave away his driver's license, his credit cards, identification, money, everything. And in return, he was given 5 $20 bills. He then went out into that marketplace and in 57 hours bought 7 properties, all with nothing down. And he proved that you could buy real estate with nothing down. Now, I got a chance to work with him right after that. And a lot of people said, "Well, I know that Bob can make money. He's already proven that he can do it, but can the average person do it?" And he said, "Well, send me to any unemployment line. Let me select someone that's out of work and discouraged. Let me spend 2 days teaching them the principles of wealth with periodic coaching. And in 90 days, they'll be off the unemployment line with $5,000 cash in the bank." Now, my foundation and academy is doing a new challenge. And the challenge is very similar to what he did when we took the people out of the unemployment line. Now, to participate, you don't have to be in an unemployment line. You see, I got a chance to work with him on that challenge. I was buying small pieces of real estate. One of my instructors at school, Dr. Blaine Lee, helped us, and Bob was buying big apartment complexes. So the three of us brainstormed on how to do that. And the goal was to change somebody's life financially in a 90-day period of time. And as a result, we're going to be doing that 90-day challenge again, and I'm going to teach you about that right now. Now, again, before you get too worried about it, this is something we're doing as part of our foundation. I'm not getting paid to do this class, but I'm going to ask you to do one thing, and that is as you make money, I'm going to ask you to do step number 3, I'll show you in a second, is to give some of that away to your favorite churches and charities of your choice. Now, I've worked with over 100 charities in my lifetime. My wife and I have given away millions and millions of dollars to different charities, and I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. That's your tuition, that's your cost to join. And so if you're interested in that, I'm going to teach you the 5 steps and tell you how you can do it. And again, I'm going to give you this book for free just for watching the rest of this presentation. And then if you want to work with us on this challenge, I'm going to ask you to do two things. One, share your success story and share it with other people and teach other people about the systems I'm going to help you with. And number two is I'm going to have you take a little bit of that money that you make and I want you to give it to your favorite church or charity. And if you want to give it to one of my foundations, that's wonderful. If you want to give it to one of the foundations that I work with, that's wonderful as well, and I'll tell you more about that in just a second. But really, there's 5 steps, 5 things that you need to do in order to become financially independent. And these are the same 5 steps for Robert Kiyosaki as they are for Robert Allen or myself, for Warren Buffett, or anyone. They're the same 5 steps. A 5-year-old, 15-year-old, 55-year-old, they are the same. So step number 1 is to make more money. Now, the reason I say make more money is that everyone you see, everyone you meet that has a minimum wage job will make and spend $1 million in their lifetime. A minimum wage job over a lifetime is $1 million. So everyone you ever see that has a minimum wage job, no matter where it is, they're literally going to have $1 million come into their life. They're also going to have to spend money to be able to survive, and most likely they're going to be financially broke. So number 1 is to make more money. Step number 2 is we want you to separate your money. We want you to sort it. We want you to systematize it. So we're going to separate it. Now, if you got a piece of paper and a pen, that's wonderful. I want you to write these down because everything revolves around these 5 steps. We want you to separate it. We want you to sort it. And we want you to have systems to put into place. Number 3, and this is where you get the juice of life. This is what gives you the fulfillment in life, is number 3. Now, when you get started, you're going to think it's the new car, it's the new house, it's the new toys, and that's great. And they are a lot of fun, and I recommend that you do them. I have a Ferrari, an NSX, a Camaro. I've had plenty of fancy, fun cars, but they were fun. But the real joy in my life is the charitable work that we do. And so step number 3 is I want you to be able to give. I want you to be able to give to the churches and charities of your choice that you're passionate about. Number 4 is I want you to be able to save and, more importantly, invest. I'm going to teach you the secrets of Robert Kiyosaki, Robert Allen, Warren Buffett. I've met Warren Buffett. I have 3 of his signatures, and I've been investing with Warren Buffett for many, many years, and I'm a student of his. So that's step number 4. Now, step number 5 is I want you to spend. And I want you to spend sparingly because the real goal is to get the money over here into step 4. This is where your wealth is. So I want you to spend sparingly here. And if you'll do a few things for a few years, you'll be able to do whatever you want after that. So those are the 5 steps. Now the challenge is that most people, the only income they have is a job. And that money's coming in. Some people have a second job. Some of them have a spouse that works. The problem with that is that the money they make is taxed at the highest rates, and because of the cost of living with inflation, you're just barely making ends meet. So if you're interested in joining and being part of this challenge, then our goal is to have you turn that around. So simply click on the link below or go to theroadtowealthchallenge.com and tell us that you want to be part of this challenge. Now, the only cost to you is 1, you need to teach other people the secrets that Robert Kiyosaki, Robert Allen, Warren Buffett, and myself are going to teach you. And number 2 is we want you to be able to give some of that money to your favorite church or charity. And if you need some advice on some charities, I'd like you to consider the Money Made Easy Foundation, which is I am the founder of that, or Charity Vision, or many, many Charity Water. There's a lot of them that I work with, and I want you to consider that. So that's what we're going to do. Now, there's going to be 3 major areas that we're going to work on. The whole goal is to make $5K in 90 days. Make or save $5,000 in the next 90 days. That's the key. Now, to do that, we're going to work on 3 areas of your life. Number 1 is health. Now, you're probably saying, why do I have to work on my health? Well, because that is the key to you being financially independent is your health. Believe it or not, and it's more importantly is your energy. If you feel good and if you have a lot of energy, you can go out and tackle the things that we're going to teach you how to do. If you don't feel very well, you're not going to do it. And so we have to work on your health. And more importantly, we have to work on your energy. Number 2 is we're going to work on your wealth. That's step number 4 right here. We're going to work on your wealth. And number 3 is we're going to create what we call MSI, multiple streams of income. We want multiple businesses. The people you meet that have a lot of money, that are very financially well off, have all kinds of streams of income coming in. And so we're going to teach you how to do those 3 things. Now, when we get to step number 4, we're going to teach you about wealth. So step number 1 is health. If you felt 20% better, could you make 20% more money? Absolutely. In my history, I've had 2 back surgeries. I had a heart attack when I was 34 years of age. I've had times in my life where I've had great health and a lot of energy. Energy is the key for me. And I've had times where I haven't had that. When I've had the energy, my businesses have just taken off and done extremely well. That's to make more money. When I haven't felt very good, then those businesses went down. If you felt 20% worse, you probably would lose more than 20%. You might even be out of a job. And so that's the first thing, is your energy that we have to work on. And that's exercise, food, and there's a whole regimen of things that we're going to have you do. Number 2 is your wealth. Your wealth is right here. This is the real key. We want to be able to create assets that produce income. When I was 14 years of age, my dad had an asset. It was a little house that was next door to us. And every month those people gave us rent money. So it produced income. So here's the key, and here's the formula for wealth. You need to be able to put money in on a monthly basis, monthly, weekly basis. And you need to put money in there. Times time. You need to be able to do this for years. Now, worst case scenario, it's going to take you many years. Best case scenario, we're going to teach you how to decrease that amount. So put money in on a monthly basis, times time, times having your assets go up in value. That's how we create wealth. And I'm going to teach you about inflation, appreciation. I'm going to teach you how all this stuff works. I'm going to teach you the secrets of Robert Kiyosaki, Robert Allen, Warren Buffett, who I have all met with. In fact, I was on the stage with Robert Allen and Robert Kiyosaki. There was 8,500 people in that audience, and I got a chance to speak to those people about these systems. So that's really the key. Now, to make this work, we're going to concentrate on some small businesses. Because what we need to do is make more money, and we're going to do some small businesses. So small business. Now, we're going to start with 2 or 3 different ones, and you're going to find out what's most appropriate for you. So one of the things we're going to ask you to do in this challenge is to get another family member to work with you, because there's many different ways that you can do small businesses. And the husband might like real estate, the wife might like the internet, or one of your children might like the internet. It doesn't matter. You're going to work together as a team. But real estate is an ideal one. The reason is because we can make chunks of cash in a short period of time. Remember, when we took these people out of the unemployment line, I was their coach. The challenge said with periodic coaching. So Robert Allen talked to these people a handful of times. I was able to talk to them more, and I was their hotline coach. And so my goal was to help them to make that $5,000 in 90 days. Now, without telling you the whole ending of the story, we took 3 people out of an unemployment line. All 3 of them bought a property. One of them did it on the 89th day and made their money on the 89th day. The other 2, it took a little bit longer to do, but they all bought properties. And one couple made $100,000 in just a little over a year. So that's how you're going to make some chunks. But more importantly, we're also going to have some long-term investments. These are flippers. We're going to find properties that we can turn around and flip to make some quick cash. These are long-term investments. I have one piece of real estate that I bought 36 years ago. And I've owned it for 36 years. It brings in rental income every month. And it's been doing it for a long period of time. And the value of the real estate has gone up. That's an asset. That's an income-producing asset. So we're going to do that. We're going to do this with other small businesses as well. We're going to use the internet. There's some great ways to make money on the internet, and there's different ones we're going to introduce you to. But really the big piece is, are you interested, and would you like to participate in this challenge? And again, here's the cost to you. It's very simple. We're going to ask you to give us a success story, and we're going to ask you to take and give some of the money that you make or spend, and this is on the honor system. We're going to ask you to give that to your favorite church or charity. And I'm going to ask you to consider the foundation that I founded as one of those things, the MoneyMadeEasyFoundation.org. In fact, you're welcome to go there because there's some classes on there that'll help you, because we have classes for kids, teens, young adults, and adults. And we're going to teach you about money in a very fun way. But if you want to participate in the challenge, go to theroadtowealthchallenge.com and sign up for that. And again, if you just want the book, you can click on the link and get the book, as I promised. That's a free download. And if you want to work with us on the challenge, click on I'm interested in the challenge. Because we're going to spend time in real estate, we're going to spend time in other small businesses, concentrate on the 3 areas with the goal of turning around your finances in a very short period of time. Again, this is Tom Painter. Thank you so much for watching. If you could only give one thing to somebody you love, money or knowledge, what would you give them? Well, you'd give them the financial knowledge, because that's going to make a difference in life. If you could add one thing to that, if you could add teaching them and helping them and implementing it and executing it and doing it with them, then they will be successful. So the people you love, if you can help them with a little bit of money, but more importantly, you can teach them how to make money and actually do it with them. When I was very young, my dad taught me about real estate. We did lots of real estate. My dad taught me about stock, and we bought and sold stock together. And so I had a wonderful mentor in my father. And then now with Robert Allen, he's also a great mentor of mine. So click on the link below or go to theroadtowealthchallenge.com to sign up. Again, this is Tom Painter. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in a class.